Take a beautiful deep breath in with me now. Deep, deep, deep. Challenging your human, kissing your higher self, connecting with the divine, and letting it out. Deep breath in. Deep, deep, deep. Challenge your human. Kiss your higher self. Connect with the divine. And let it out. Spiritual superstar, you heard me chuckle because my fur baby is here, not feeling too well. And you might have heard him exhale when I said let it out. Thank you for being here. I am Dr. Nicole Anrevi, and I want you to go ahead and type a pound or a hashtag 1111 in the comments, because you are now ready to receive your spiritual guidance, because that is the opening of the spiritual realm. And you're going to receive your specific spiritually guided messages. So resistance is not punishment. It is preparation. Resistance is preparation. It lets you know that your human is getting ready to take the plunge, step out on faith, and take the next step to manifest your goal. In chapter 8 of the updated version of The Art of Manifestation, I wrote, most people do not manifest because they have not yet become a vibrational match for what they are asking for. Their words say yes, their prayers say yes, but their energy still says maybe, or worse, no. And in this video, we are going to encourage you to command what it is you want to manifest. You're not even asking for it. You're going to learn how to command. So let's talk about why you are not seeing it just yet. So resistance shows up in 3 forms, spiritual superstar. The first I call energetic hesitation. And this is when your human just does not feel safe receiving what you asked for. Now, what you are manifesting defies human logic, because you can be asking for it, or you could be stating, I am rich, when your human is saying, but we're broke, but we're poor, but we're in poverty, but I don't feel rich. And so there's an energetic hesitation, because we know through quantum physics that our energy is what we feel, and what we feel is how the subconscious reacts. Our subconscious is our human, and our human reacts by energy. And we feel energy, right? Energy doesn't lie, right? How you feel is the truth of the matter. No matter what you say, or no matter what you try to make yourself believe, your human knows the truth of it, and that's through your feeling. So energetic hesitation, and I want you to write that down. It's when your human just does not feel safe receiving what you asked for. Mental contradiction is the second form of resistance. Mental contradiction. This is when your thoughts undo your desires. This is when your thoughts completely unravel your desired outcome. Mental contradiction. Have you ever thought negatively and you didn't mean to do it? Maybe you didn't even realize you were doing it, but that completely superseded, took over what you truly want or are asking for. Your thoughts may say, well, are we really worthy of this? Your thoughts may question your value. But what you desire is true love, stability in a marriage, family, a home. But your thoughts may say otherwise. Your thoughts may say, well, we never had it before, so I don't think we'll get it. Your thoughts may say, well, I don't see anyone married in a home, happy with family around me, so I don't think I can have that either. But it sure would be nice. When your thoughts undo your desires. And the third form of resistance is spiritual disobedience. Spiritual disobedience. Put that in the chat. Someone put all three in the chat. I want you to write it down. When we write something down, it becomes real and we are able to use it. Knowledge is power. And you're going to move your human in the direction of your manifested outcome, the one you truly soul desire. So, spiritual disobedience. When your soul says move, take action, but your human does not. Have you ever gone through a series of affirmations? You're going to sleep listening to those affirmations. You are repeating mantras. I am wealthy. Prosperity finds me. True love is in my soul. The universe sends me happiness, enjoyment, financial abundance. I have excellent health. All of these beautiful affirmations. But where is the action? And for some reason, you just can't put your finger on it. You just can't get your human to move. You might find yourself saying, I don't know what to do next. How do I really know which direction to go in? You might find yourself saying, well, I can do it tomorrow. Well, maybe I need to study more instead of doing the video, instead of making the phone call, instead of purchasing the ingredients to make my product, instead of starting my social media account, my YouTube channel, opening my account on Instagram, instead of posting. Got the account, no posts. Spiritual disobedience. The God in you is telling you to move, but you resist. Doesn't mean you don't want to. It means there's a block. So, spiritual superstar, I want you to put in the chat, that is me. If you've ever felt that type of resistance, what resistance shows up mostly for you? That's really important. So I want you to rewind this video and listen to the definition of these 3 types of resistance that I have figured out are the reasons thousands of people that I've coached and myself have been stuck when we've tried to manifest. Because once you get through these 3 blocks, and this is in every and any area of your beautiful life, when you move past these 3 blocks, there's nothing stopping you. Nothing at all. So which block shows up for you? The quantum reason to this, and the quantum physics says the smallest of energy, okay, the smallest of energy, the smallest possible unit of energy or matter is physics. It's just how much, and it refers to the behavior of particles at the smallest scale. So the behavior of energy, the subatomic particles, the smallest possible unit of energy is quantum. Okay? And so quantum physics says your entire reality is shaped by your observation and expectation. According to the observer effect in quantum physics, the very act of focusing on a possibility collapses all other possibilities into one outcome. And science has proven that there are multiple, at least 11 dimensions happening at the same time. We are in a parallel multi-dimensional existence. And so all of the possibilities that you think, my spiritually gifted, spiritual superstars, all of the possibilities that goes through your beautiful brain are really happening. But you, my love, must focus on what? The possibility that you are manifesting. You are pulling that one outcome from the dimension it exists in, and you are collapsing time through your focused observation and your trained thought. If you keep switching focus between fear and having faith and belief, you delay the collapse of time. You delay your manifestation. And so yes, there is truth to, you'll get there. but the matter of time you'll get there will vary. And remember, third dimensional time is different from light energy time, from spiritual time, from divine time. But you'll get there. But wouldn't you rather get there sooner than later? Because in this third dimension, we ain't got a lot of time. Our human is governed by mortality in this third dimension, though us, the soul within our human, we live an eternal life. But you're trying to manifest in the third dimension, in the physical realm. And we want you to manifest without delay. In other words, spiritual superstar, the universe cannot deliver what you keep returning to sender. Have you ever seen that in snail mail? In mail, when you put something in the post office and it's the wrong address, well, the person that does get it, who is now the occupant or the resident or the business at that location, can put it back in the mail, say does not live here, or wrong address, or return to sender. And it used to be, I don't know if it still is, but there used to be a stamp that the post office in the United States would put on your package or envelope or whatever that piece of mail was, and you would get it back. Return to sender. So we want you to focus, have faith, believe in the impossible, believe in the God within you, because our spiritual guidance tells us that what we imagine, what we fantasize, what we see actually exists. And so you must be disciplined. You must be convicted in your spiritual intention. You must hold the thought of that thing in which you desire to manifest, and that way you are commanding it. You are commanding that collapse of time into the physical realm manifested. Neville Goddard, a spiritual teacher way, way, way beyond his time, taught this very clearly. You must live in the end, not visit, not hope. You must live there. If you really want that desired outcome, you must become that desired outcome. If your reality does not match your vision, that means if your circumstances right now today do not match what you hold in your soul, what you want to happen in your life, the experiences that you want to feel and live. If your reality does not match your vision yet, that is okay. But you must act and feel like the vision is true right now, not someday. There's no, oh well, I might become rich one day, I might hit the lottery one day, I might start my business someday, I might travel one day, I might get my passport and travel the world someday, why not now? Why not now? Traveling, you are going to give yourself time to imagine, fantasize, transcend inside of that experience, uninterrupted. You're going to start today. As soon as this video is over, you're going to take 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You're going to go to the bathroom. You are going to go for a walk. You are going to go for a drive and just sit somewhere in the parking lot safely. You are going to go work out. You are going to do something for 5 minutes where you can just imagine and fall deeply into the trance of your manifested outcome. You are going to live in the end. And you're going to feel what that is like. All of your senses will be engaged. You will embody that manifestation that exists in another dimension. You cannot become who you are becoming without shedding the energy of who you were. And that is a quote I wrote from chapter 8 in the updated version of The Art of Manifestation. What does that mean? It means that you've got to let the old you go. That old you has to die. You are going to let it go, and you are going to be okay with that side of who you used to be staying in the past. And you are going to refuse to let anybody bring that old you back into existence, no matter how uncomfortable they are with the new you. Because, oh my goodness, they're going to let you know, spiritual superstar, that they don't like the new you. They're uncomfortable with the new you, and they want the old you back. Because the new you that is manifesting your desired outcome no longer has time for that person. They no longer have access to you. They're not seeing you. They're not hearing from you. You're not answering their calls. They're going to voicemail. You're avoiding contact with them. They don't know what's going on with you. They feel the energetic shift. It's the transfer of energy. Because remember, energy is neither created nor destroyed. And this is something I used to teach my middle school students as a science teacher. Energy transforms, transcends. And this is where resistance really feels like loss. It feels sad. It feels scary. And you question, do you even deserve what you want, what your soul want? Because people, especially family, will certainly tell you you don't. Oh, you don't really want that. You want to get this job over here, and they're keeping people for 60 years. You'll have a job for 100 years. Oh, well, your cousin got a job down there, your uncle, your auntie, your other cousins coming here on the bus, and they gonna have got a job waiting for them. That is not your life. And you are like, that's not me. I want nothing of that. Convictions. You must exercise your spiritual conviction. And so the resistance feels like loss. The old you is staying in the past. You're shedding the energy of who you were. But it's actually a rebirth. You are outgrowing your old frequency. When we ascend, we can say, oh, I'm reaching my higher self. I want to do that, right? When I start my videos, I have you breathe, right? You take a deep breath in, spiritual superstars, and what do I say? Challenge your human. You're kissing your higher self. You're connecting with the divine. That takes work. And I know I've been doing it for decades. And so I know that I can breathe in quite deeply and hold it for a long time and release it and get the most out of that beautiful grounding experience and connect deeply with the God in me. You might just be starting. You might be smoking cigarettes. You might have a lung issue, respiratory issue, and you might not be able to do it that long. But you're going to challenge your human. You're going to get better through practice. Because that is a rebirth. Your resistance to breathing in deeply is real, right? But you're outgrowing your old frequency. And that's why people fall off. That's why certain doors close. That's why the comfort zone becomes too small. Don't interpret the discomfort as failure. It's cellular reprogramming. Your DNA is updating to match what? Your destiny. Do you know what a lobster does? And I saw this not too long ago, actually. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's doing it. Do you know how a lobster gets a new shell? And I'm thinking, and that's how the video started, and I'm thinking, well, it can't be like a snail. It can't be like a crab, like it just finds a new lobster shell. Like, that can't be. Because if you've seen a lobster, you would be like, well, that doesn't make sense. A lobster goes somewhere and hides, so they're safe. When they feel their shell is too tight and it's restricting and they've got to just get out of it, they go somewhere and hide away from predators and they release their shell. They wiggle out of it. And guess what? Once they release their old shell, they've shedded their old shell, they form a new one. They automatically form a new hardened shell. And how beautiful they must feel. How refreshing. A rebirth. Science is spirituality. Spirituality is nature. They are all one and the same. Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. See, you are consciousness. You are very aware of the spiritual experiences that you are having. You are very aware of the voices that you hear. You are very aware of the feelings that you feel in and on and around your human. You are very aware when something and someone is staring at you, and you turn in that direction and you're right. And you're very aware of the energy that comes over you once your eyes meet. You get the chills. What else do you feel? Put it in the chat. You are very aware that when you are driving in a car and you all of a sudden look at someone and they turn and look at you and they're walking and you think, oh my gosh, what made them look at me? That was uncomfortable. But why did I look at them? And do they do that to every car? No, because I just saw they didn't do that to the car in front of me. And then you check to see if they did it to the car behind you. Because what was that? Energetic frequency. You are not stuck. You are in spiritual labor. Your next self is crowning. Mamas, you know what I'm talking about. Daddies, you do too. And just like in childbirth, the pushing phase comes with pain, pressure, and resistance. It's uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. But this process is also the breakthrough. And so here's your practice from the book that I wrote, from the updated edition, the second edition of The Art of Manifestation. You ready? Type in the chat, you're ready. Let me know you're ready. Type ready. I'm ready, Nicole. And you know, spiritual superstars, we've been around for 10 years on YouTube and outside of YouTube, and any workshop I do, you got to participate. I want you to get every little bit of growth out of my workshops. I want you to manifest what you want. You typed in, I'm ready. All right, let's go. So you're going to speak to your resistance. This is going to unblock you from every area you are stuck in. And why do you come to me for coaching? Because you're stuck. So I know many of you, we won't ever coach together one-on-one. It might be years before we coach. I know it. And that's okay, because you got me. You're going to speak to your resistance. Don't fight it. You're going to say, and I want you to say this right now, I see you. I feel you. I want you to nod your head while you're saying this. I am not afraid of you. And you are no longer afraid. I no longer obey you. And you are okay. Then take one action that your old self would not take. That is alignment. When you speak to your resistance, no matter which three form of resistance, and I want you to rewind this video and use it, you have made your human or your subconscious pivot. And you have given your subconscious a new directive. And within that new instruction, you have now begun to reprogram your human. And that is realignment in the direction of the dimension that holds your manifested outcome. And you have collapsed time in third dimensional physical time. You have collapsed energy, space, and time. So here's your reflection question for this video, Spiritual Superstar. What specific belief, relationship, or behavior still says no to what you have been praying for? I'm going to repeat it several times. What specific belief, relationship, or behavior still says no to what you have been praying for? When that resistance shows up, you're going to see it in your mind's eye or your spiritual sight. You're going to see with the unseen eye, not your human eyes. You will hear a name, a sentence, a statement, a conversation. You will feel the tingles, the prickles, the shivers, the radiating waves of energy, the itching, the burning, the pulsating, the electrical sensations. You will taste, hear, smell, all of it. Your senses will be awakened when that block has been uncovered. And this is co-coaching. Similar to one-on-one, but this is the best format in a workshop. And this is your treatment. When you take that step, you speak to your resistance. You don't fight it. And you say what I told you to say. That is the treatment. And the second part to that treatment must happen. You must take action. And Spiritual Superstar, I don't care who tells you otherwise. You do not take more than one step. You baby step it. When you see a baby learn how to walk, how to talk, how to eat, how to drink that bottle, how to do whatever that baby wants to do, that baby takes one step at a time and perfects it the way that they can do it. Only they can do it. They fall, they stumble, they cry, they get bruised, banged up, they sleep, they wake right back up, energized. Right? They do not stop. They don't know how to do any of it. But by the time they're a toddler, what are they doing? By the time they're 2, you can't stop them. You had better hold on to their hand, because they're going to take off. Right? They're going to get into everything. Everything. Right? Talk about vitality. But they felt the resistance, the cognitive dissonance, but they manifested it quickly because they continually focus on that one outcome and they collapse time. Last time, I'm going to repeat this, and I want you to rewind this video. What specific belief, relationship, or behavior still says no to what you have been praying for? There is something there. And now it's up to you to uncover it. Thank you so much, spiritual superstars. I am Dr. Nicole Henri V, founder of Spiritual Guidance Academy and Henri V Consultants. Comment down below, like our video, subscribe, and come on back for the next powerful lesson in this workshop series. We are not playing small with our power, are we? And we are going all the way to divine spiritual reality. I'll see you in the next video.